Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. So, welcome. You belong here. This is Membership 101, and we're so glad that you decided to become a member. Or you might have been a member for a long time and you're just getting a refresher on all the amazing things that we offer. So, we're really pleased that you're here today. So, just as we begin, I want to acknowledge the Indigenous families and their lands on where we begin our work today. I come from a place of respect and gratitude to know that I work, live, and learn on these lands. I'm located on the Esquimalt and Songhees people's lands, what is now known today as Victoria on Vancouver Island. And I'm very grateful for the stewardship of these lands that was provided before I came here. So our time today, we're going to have a presentation done by me. Then we're going to have some Q&A. And then we're going to go into breakout rooms and have some introductions, some regional connection, and just some member-to-member connection. So that's where we ask you to turn on your video camera. We do have a volunteer member committee, and you can see their names on the screen there. Some of those folks will be joining you in the breakout rooms a little bit later. So why are we here today? It's sometimes hard to take a good grasp of all of the things that we do have to offer. We have over 8,500 members in BC and Yukon, and we have something, I think, for everyone. We're going to go through those today. We're going to share the things that we think are the most relevant. And if you have any specific questions or something we didn't touch on,
then you can email us at the address shown on the screen.
Our association is the grantor of the CPHR designation for the province of British Columbia and the territory of the Yukon. We are not going to talk about this in any great detail today. We have other sessions that are available that you can learn everything that you need to know about the CPHR designation. So with relation to the CPHR designation, we do have several information sessions. The beginner's guide to the CPHR designation. So that's for everyone who's interested in learning about CPHR right from the ground up. Then for our students who are currently in our accredited schools, they are able to waive the NKE exam. And so we have a session just for that, just to go over all the details of that. And we also have a VOE or validate your experience session. So this is once you've achieved your CPHR candidacy, then you have different pathways to get to your CPHR full designation, and you have to complete a validation of experience. So all of those are information sessions. They're called our Information 101. And they will be on your newsletters and they will be on the website. With respect to professional development, there's numerous ways that you can partner with our professional development team as a learner. One thing is on-demand learning. And as a member, I think it's 75% or more of the courses that are available through our on-demand learning are free for members to take. And so these are past workshops or webinars that have been held, and we've recorded them and made them available for you. If non-members want to attend, there is a fee. And for some of them, of course, there's a fee as well. But these are always available 24/7 for you to access. We also offer symposiums. We have a digital HR symposium, which was going to be held next week in Vancouver. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hold that, but it is an example of the types of things that we do. We also have symposiums throughout the province as well as in the Yukon, and those have all now, this was our last one of the year, so we will be rolling out that 2026 calendar pretty soon, and you can mark your calendars to join us. Professional development also partners with different organizations, and you can see these on the screen. Some are coming up pretty quick: the Trauma-Informed HR Professional Certification Training and Workplace Investigation Certificate Program. Those are in the next few weeks or days. We also partner with the Academy to Innovate HR, AIHR, and we have a discounted rate for members, and that ranges anywhere from 10% and sometimes a deeper discount. Our partner page offers many discounted certificate programs as well as pre-approved PD for CPD hours from some of our other suppliers, which include all of our industry partners. They may apply for pre-approved CPD hours, so there's lots of way to get those hours in. We do also have affinity programs with these organizations shown on the screen here. TD Insurance, Percopolis, the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade, Employment Hero is something that's run by HUMI. And then we also recently, this is a terrific one. If you go to Vancouver, we have rates for our members at the Residence Inn by Marriott. It's where I always stay because they have a kitchen. And so you can have your own food and do your own thing. And they have a great breakfast first thing in the morning. So if you're going to Vancouver, that's a really awesome perk of being a member of CPHR. The information's all on our member page. We do have a job board as well. This is exclusive to members of CPHR. If you're used to visiting it, it has changed a little bit. You used to go in and sign in first and then find the job board. Now you click through the job board from the main landing page of the website, and then you sign in. So it's just a little bit different access. If you're looking for it, you can't find it the old way. We also have a consultant and a speaker directory, and I'm just going to show you those next. So our consultant directory is anyone who has a consulting practice can list for free. So even if you're on this call today and you have a part-time consulting practice alongside of your full-time employment, you're welcome to list yourself in the consulting directory. We do also have an upgrade to be a featured consultant, which is available. The directory listing is public. So often what we found as the member relations team is we would get inquiries from the public saying, hey, do you know somebody who does 360-degree feedback? So now this is our way of gathering you as members to be able to do the referrals by our staff. So not just our team, but all of our team will refer people to this website. So if you are a consultant, get yourself on there. Along the same lines, once that was ready, we launched into doing our speaker directory. So if you have a keynote or if you have a workshop that you're willing to present and speak on, you can list yourself in here. Very similar to the consultant directory. It's just a different point of access if people are looking for a speaker. It really helps to promote our member experts to the larger community. So again, we get inquiries. Do you know somebody who can talk to this fact? And we can redirect people here. It is public, so everybody can access that. Professional engagement. We have an umbrella of offerings that is offered by our member relations team. You can see them along the spokes of the umbrella here. What you're at right now would be an information session. So that's down in the lower left-hand corner. We also have one forum. We have our strategic HR forum. And then we have communities of practice. Those are defined by industry. We have practice exchanges. I'm going to just be super high level right now because we're going to get into those in a minute. We also have peer exchanges, and we have member resource group. We have one. And then we have our in-person offerings. With the exception of the in-person offerings, these are all 100% free for you as a member to attend. And when I show you the next couple of slides, you'll be like, oh, that's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to get into our peer and practice exchanges. So how these are defined are, these are all virtual, by the way. So no matter where you're located, you can jump into these. Our peer exchanges are open to everyone. So you're a member, you can come to any of these. There's the generalist, the HR huddle, the Career Advancement Network, the Newcomers Network. Those are focused on employment if you're looking for employment. The HR Book Club, the HR Water Cooler, the DEI and Reconciliation, Environmental Sustainability in HR, Wake Up HR every Friday, Wind Down HR once a month. The difference between those and the practice exchanges is the practice exchanges are by application. So you need to be functioning in a certain role or functioning in a certain practice area to attend these. It's a quick application. We have an AI user group. The first meeting for that's going to be jumping in January. So we're excited for that. And already established and running are the labor relations, professional recruiters, coaching, and learning and development. We talked about our 101 sessions, and when we showed you on the previous slide here, all of these practice exchanges, those are professionals working in the field of those areas. What they've committed to is to bring it forward or pay it forward. So they also host 3 to 4 times a year an information session for those practice areas. So we have coaching 101, LR 101, L&D 101, and recruiting 101. And these are just short sessions, but full of information, full of content. You can talk to the folks who are working in the field. Here you'll see our member resource group. This is for members who identify as Indigenous. We are we've had one meeting, we're having another one just shortly, and it just rolled out in October. Then we have our communities of practice. So again, all of these are free except for the in-person. So Strategic HR Forum has a little in-person component to it, but all of these are free for you as a member. So our communities of practice, you can see the list there. We have the construction, Crown Corp, Indigenous organizations, municipal HR, local government, natural resources, not-for-profit, the post-secondary faculty. We are currently working on building the list in order to get enough folks for HR and education, federally regulated organizations, and healthcare. And each June of each year, we look at things and we're like, okay, what are we missing? What have we heard about that we are missing? What have people told us that we're missing? And we look at our slate of professional engagement offerings. So if you think, wow, my industry is not there, then just shoot either one of your member relations managers a message, and we'll take that into consideration when we replan for June for the following year. We do also have networking or virtual peer engagement in different forms. Wake Up HR, as I mentioned, is every Friday morning from 7:30 to 8:30. And here's a fun fact. In February, we're going to be having our 300th Wake Up HR. Whoever thought? Shelley's like, wow, that's amazing. We have Wind Down HR. That's on the first Wednesday of the month. We have HR Book Club. We have the HR Water Cooler, and that's a weekly thing that happens on Mondays. It's happening right now. So if you're here, you're not there, but you can go next week. And just keep checking the calendar and your newsletters from your member relations managers. In the last, I would say year and a bit, we've started the HR meetups. So these are throughout the province and territory. They are for members, run by members. There is no cost to attend, no formal cost. So you just show up and you get what you want at the restaurant or the coffee shop or the, wherever the hosts have selected to join. All we ask is that you register in advance so they know to expect you. And if you don't have one in your area, there are lots. You can reach out to your member relations manager just to check in and see if something's planned or in the works already. Or if you want to volunteer, you can also reach out to us. So there's 3 types of members. We have our CPHR or our professional members who have their designation. We have our general members, and then we have our very special student members who will be the folks who are still doing HR, 30 years from now when I am long retired. And I think, Tim, you'll also be retired by that point. But our students are really important to us, and they're important to you too if you are more of a senior practitioner. And the reason they're important is because you have the gift of your experience that you can pass on to these students. So we have some form of industry night in each of the regions for students throughout the year. We do have a virtual student summit that's coming up that we're just in the works planning. And we have also an HRC West case competition, which is in the first week of March. It's an annual event. So as I said, if you're more of a senior HR practitioner and you're on this call, those are things that we're looking for hosts, or we're looking for judges, that sort of thing. If you're a student and you're on this call, we have student ambassador volunteer roles. And I think currently we are not seeking, but we will be seeking again in the spring to, as our students graduate and move on, we look to fill those roles. If you're already a student member, you have the option to have a new graduate. When you get your renewal notice and you've graduated, we found that it was a bit of a steep jump for a student to go from a $60 rate to a considerably higher rate. So we have 1 year where you can get a new graduate rate, which is just your first year of graduation, and it is just $200 plus GST. So make sure you continue your membership so that you can access that and get right into your profession. Our mentoring program is awesome. We look for, as I was talking about before, actually, we look for our experienced members to give back to the community as a mentor. And then we also have, for the folks who are looking to learn from a mentor, we have our protege or our mentee roles. It's 4 months in length. You can do 2 a year. So you can get 8 months of mentoring with different folks. How it works is we work with Mentor City. The proteges search and filter mentors and then request somebody to be their mentor. So it's a great system. It gives you a chance, if you're a protege, to look and see who's offering to meet up. And so really important that we have lots of mentors in there for those folks to choose from. Lots of people join a professional association on the theme of giving back to give back. And so we have volunteering opportunities available in some of our professional engagement, in our HR meetup community ambassadors. We have regional advisory councils. We have committees for a variety of different things. We have our on-site conference volunteers. It's a very coveted role. We have our student ambassadors, which I touched on earlier. And then we have subject matter experts and storytellers for professional engagement events. We also, if you are a writer, we also have our People Talk magazine, which I'm going to talk about in a slide or two. There's guidelines for submitting writing articles on our website. And as it's noted there at the bottom, everything varies by region and by need. So if you are interested in volunteering, again, it all comes back to that Thursday newsletter. That's where we post what's coming up. If we need a volunteer for something, it's going to be in that newsletter. So please always read the newsletter. Just scan it. Something will jump out at you. So we ask one thing of you. We ask that you keep your profile up to date. So when you log into your membership profile, and you'll always see, I'm already logged in this slide, but in the top right corner, when you're on our website, you'll see the login button. This is where you can update all of these things on the right-hand side here. So your demographics are really important to us, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Just helps us to help you, essentially. So one of the options up at the top here is the member directory. So the member directory, if you meet somebody at an event and you know their first name was, well, maybe Susan's not a good example because there might be lots of Susans. But say you knew Shelley's last name was Carlson, but you couldn't remember, you knew her first name started with an S. You could put her last name and her first initial in here and hit search, and maybe even the region. And you could hit search and you can try and find members. Or alternately, if you want to find somebody who works for a certain organization, so you want to find somebody that works for Camosun College, you can put Camosun College or Camosun into the organization name and find the folks that are members that have the view my profile online checked. If you don't want your information to show up in the member directory, you also have the option to click that off when you're in your profile. One caveat of this, of course, is that this is not to be used to market yourself, send out a sales brochure, all of that sort of thing. So use it with integrity. Also available when you're logged in, there's an events tab at the top, and it's the upcoming events. And so you'll see everything listed here. This is where you can register. Just click on it and register like you did for today. Also, when you're in your member profile, you'll see the online store. So these are all in the back end of once you're logged in. So in the online store, this is where you would sign up for your experience assessment review fee. There's some compensation studies in there as well. And here's why it's so important. Because we need to contact you if you're a member. We want to make sure that you're getting updates, event invitations, industry news, membership renewal notices. We also want to make sure that you can be connected with. So when I showed you the member directory, if you want people to find you, that is another place that they can look if they've met you somewhere. And then from our perspective, we can provide more personalized services and resources based on current needs and interests. So you can choose what industry you're in. You know, and a good example of that might be when we're thinking of starting a community of practice, we might look to see, we might click and say, how many people are in this industry? And if all of the people in that industry, save but two, haven't updated what their industry is, we might never have a community of practice for that industry. So that's just a random example, but it's why it is so important for you to keep your membership profile up to date. So when a couple of slides back, I said there's all those things on the right-hand side. This is just it at a much bigger view. So you can see the events that you've registered for. You can see when your membership comes up. You can do your demographics, as we were talking about. You can update your contact info. You can see your CPD hours that have come from your various events. And a piece about that, they're updated sort of monthly. So don't expect that when you go to something, you'll see it the very next day. But everything that you need to know about your membership is available here on the right-hand side of your screen once you log in. And one thing that we can do now is you can set up auto renewal for your membership. So this is actually super helpful because we know that everybody gets lots of emails. So we've made it easy for you to just auto renew your membership. And so you put your credit card details in, whatnot, and it's all very secure in the back end. And then you just don't even have to think about it. It's great. It's like your Netflix subscription, same thing. Our HR Resource Center is also available and on the website now. So as with the job board, we moved this over to the front of the website, but you're still going to need to go and log in once you click on it. So this is the after I've clicked and logged in view. It's not going to give you this view until you log in. So this replaces our HR toolkit, which we previously had, and we're going to constantly be building on this and adding more resources in there. But this is currently in its first phase and recently launched. Talked about People Talk. We talked about writing for People Talk, but we do encourage you to read People Talk. You'll always find a link in our newsletter. I sound like a broken record about the newsletter, but please, please, please read the newsletter. And there is articles about so many different things, and there's also a search feature. So if you're ever looking for something that you need for your work, it's a great place to access resources. And like 95% of the websites out there, we have an AI agent that pops up. You just look on your screen in the bottom corner of your cphrbc.ca website, and you'll see a little chat bot. And you can go in there and you can ask a question. So often, you know, a website is set up to somebody's mind of how it should be structured. And sometimes that's not how our minds work. And so having this chatbot just makes it so easy because you can put in like, I am a third-year student and I'm going to be graduating and I want to find out about how I'm going to do my CPHR, you know, waiver after that. And it's going to give you all the access to that answer. It's going to give you all the links. It's going to give you everything that you need. So super helpful. And of course, if they don't answer, if that chatbot doesn't answer your question properly, you can always reach out to your member relations manager. And here we all are. So Quinn's not here with us today, but Quinn and Susie are jointly responsible for the Lower Mainland. And then Tim is with us today, and he's going to be in one of the breakout rooms. And Tim is responsible for the interior, the North, and the Yukon. And I am on Vancouver Island, as I said at the very beginning. So I'm very grateful that you're all here. Social media, we want you to follow us, comment, share, all the things that we do on social media. We have LinkedIn, we have Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel. So please check those out when you're done here today.
So thank you so much for your time. It is valuable, and we appreciate that you took this time to share with us and to find out more about how you can get the best and the most out of your membership with CPHR BC and Yukon. We value you as members, and any questions that you have at all, you can reach out to us at mrm@cphrbc.ca, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. We've also put some of these links that we referred to in this presentation into the description of this replay of the video. So have a look down below, and we hope to see you soon.